Ayo, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, it is Yuffiepalooza time. I hope you're excited and I hope you enjoy the video.
You got this, Yuffie. My name is Yuffie, materia hunter and elite special forces operative for the new Wutai government. I have orders to infiltrate Shinra headquarters and steal their ultimate materia. To prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche! Your full support! We got this!
That's right. Yuffie has been added to EverCrisis. A lot of people have been excited about this, and so am I. First of all, in the story mode, we actually meet Yuffie in a completely different way to the way we met her in the original game. Take a look. Huh. Well, maybe not completely different after all. Some things never change. And with Yuffie, that's her thieving ways. Whether it be materia, Tifa's money, or even our hearts, Yuffie is gonna keep on stealing. Now, Yuffie does not come alone. She brings a whole load of awesome stuff with her. The first of those being 2 free copies of her weapon, the 4-point shuriken. That's really awesome. Thanks for that, EverCrisis. Next up is the reawakened critical threat for Sephiroth, where you can get draw tickets and event weapons of the past in case you missed them or haven't been able to max them out yet. And of course, there are also some new event weapons and a whole bunch of other goodies that come with it. Other than that, there is a new story chapter, which is fantastic as always. And it is not just any story chapter either. It is a really exciting one. And we are going to be meeting a couple of familiar faces from the original game that appear in this game as new enemies. And as you can see, a new explorable area, as I mentioned, and you know what that means. Cloud's asking what? Well, it means a new dungeon. So we have a new Criterion and Crisis dungeon for the Mithril Mine. Those new enemies are going to be featured in this dungeon, and on top of that, those enemies are going to bring a whole bunch of new mechanics to the game, which is really exciting, really freshens up the game, and yeah, it's really good on the developers. They are doing a fantastic job. And of course, the featured banner with Yuffie's new outfit and her weapon, as well as a featured weapon for Glenn. So let's talk about the star of the show, Yuffie. Yuffie, in my opinion, is the first real dedicated buffer and debuffer in the game. She is a DPS unit, but also majorly a buffer and debuffer, and that is super cool. She brings a lot of different stuff and she brings some great weapons. So great, in fact, that you would think that she's trying to repent for her thieving ways. Because the rest of your roster are going to love her and the weapons that she brings. You can also get her alternate outfit in the gear exchange, the Puckish Lion, which looks amazing, by the way, and gives her boost physical attack and boost magic defense. And then her featured outfit, which is in the banner, has boost HP, and once again reinforcing the buff debuffer, she has buff debuff extension, 10 points. Her limit breaks, I have not unlocked Clear Tranquil yet, but once again, she buffs allies' physical attack and magic attack. And her damaging limit break is the Bloodfest, which we've seen before in the events facing against her, and it looks great, as we all know by now. Now, she brings, as I mentioned, a whole bunch of awesome weapons, and the rest of your team, everyone in the game, are going to absolutely love her for it. Let's take a look. All of her weapons are pretty much standard in terms of maxed out stats, so I'm not really going to comment on that. Instead, her Arctic Star as her first weapon raises a single ally's physical attack by high potency, and raises her attack by mid potency with a max of high. Gives boost physical attack 40 and buff debuff extension 36. Support materia is also pretty standard. Her next weapon is, I believe, the one we get 2 free copies of. That's right, the 4-point Shuriken. It does 350% damage to all enemies and decreases their physical attack by mid potency. It gives boost HP and a buff debuff extension for 40 points and 36 points respectively. Once again, the support materia pretty standard. Attack, P-attack, P-attack. Next up, the Boomerang. This does 510% non-elemental to a single target with 10% crit, and it also reduces their fire resistance by high potency. With boost physical attack and boost fire potency, all of the fire users in the game are going to love this weapon. The recent Sephiroth and Cloud weapons, and Red's weapon as well. This is a fantastic addition. The Crystal Cross. This increases a single ally's magic attack, this time, by high potency, and also applies a regen and small heal. It gives boost magic attack and boost ability potency, 40 and 36 points. She's got attack, M attack, M attack for support. I love this song. The Magic Shuriken is next, and it does 520% physical wind damage to all enemies, and it brings boost attack 40 points and boost wind potency 36 points. So again, wind users are going to have a good time with this. I'm looking at Sephiroth with his Gale Strike from the Dark Heavens, and Zack as well. Then we have the Pinwheel, another 510% physical non-elemental with 10% crit, this time reducing ice resistance by a high potency. It gives boost HP 40 and boost ice potency 36. So you can see what I'm talking about as the first dedicated buffer and debuffer. Her weapons and outfits are bringing a whole bunch of buff and debuff goodness. Next up is the Razor Ring, which deals 520% magical earth damage to all enemies. It brings boost magic attack 27 points and a nice fat boost earth potency of 48 points, which is really needed. Earth potency needed some love in this game, and Lucia with her recent outfit and her holiday revolver are absolutely gonna love this. Moving on to the Spiral Shuriken. This has a nice high physical attack stat. It's one of her DPS abilities, 800% physical ice damage to a single enemy. It also has boost physical attack 40 points and ice potency 36 points. So once again, easy example to think of. Tifa with her Christmas outfit and gloves is gonna love this weapon so much. Then we have the Twin Viper. Once again, leaning into her buff-debuff status. This deals 510% with a 10% crit to a single target and has a 70% chance to apply poison. So that is completely new and makes her more of a debuffer. She has boost attack 40 and boost limit break 36 on this. Really cool, new stuff. We can now poison enemies with Yuffie. Finally, the Wind Slash. Don't be fooled by its name. It deals 510% physical non-elemental damage with 10% crit and reduces thunder resistance by a high potency. It also gives boost physical attack and that buff-debuff extension of 36 points. And a little note, she has attack boost for lightning on this weapon. So again, buff-debuff, buff-debuff. She is the queen of that. But she's not flawless either. You notice something, a pattern here in all of her support materia? That's right, she has no sigil breaks, so Yuffie couldn't be bothered with breaking sigils. So just keep that in mind. So overall, Yuffie is a fantastic addition to the roster. As the first real dedicated buffer and debuffer, it is super exciting. The new mechanics that are coming along with her is really cool too. And yeah, I hope you have a great time pulling on Yuffie. I made a completely, what we call in the business, rookie error for wasting my stuff on the Seph Banner. Anyways, see ya!